afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Goke Tyro, Comlag C89 Tiger House again. Thank you for joining Naija Commandos for life. It's been a pleasure hosting this show with my co-host, Ifedakwa Olora, 88 Sets. Today we have three distinguished guests from different sets over here to talk about their experience and how Command has helped them in their life, in their professional and personal lives over the years, to reflect on that. And out of those three guests, two of them actually were previous presidents of their class. And they will also tell us what they did during their tenures and how they were able to bring value to Command as we've evolved. So it's been a pleasure having them over here. We keep evolving and getting different people from different sets to come over. So Ife, take it away.
Guys, thank you again, Mr. Ishmael, Bola, Falake. I want to thank you all for even making time to join us. Again, my name is Ifedakwa Olora, 88 at Command Secondary School, Ipaja, Lagos. The ultimate flying house. Yeah, please don't make any comments. That's the best house ever. All right, so we have a very diverse group today, generationally diverse. We have grandpa and we have granddaughter. We have grandpa, we have granddaughter. So it's going to be very interesting because that's the whole purpose of this platform, is to know where we came from as generationally as military schools to where we are right now, even in the so-called middle age of our dinosaur years. So let me introduce our guest. I'll just observe all protocols. By starting with Mr. Gbenga Ishmael of 85 Set, Scorpion House. Bola Adebomire, 89 Set, Dragon House. And Folake Dada Ajayi, 99 Sets. Probably the youngest we've had on this show so far. She's also from the almighty Flying Nose House. All right.
I didn't really talk about also what you did in the for 89 set, what you the accomplishments too. I want you to bring that, because that was one of the reasons Itayo wanted me to bring you on. He didn't tell you that one, Abi?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Okay, just bring that. That was one of the things.
Wait, guys, hold on. 89 set accomplishments in terms of when he was in school, or
No, recent times. What we've done to build up.
The alumni.
I just say around, 85 and 89 sets are, we're mentoring ourselves.
You're what?
Veteran.
But that's
they are our mentors.
Please tell us your 85 set first.
we'll be speaking about Command Days, but pre-Command Days.
Or post.
Let's have the opportunity.
Post Command.
We can do the correct narrative of what we should be looking towards.
Post Command, what we've done in the school to elevate the school, especially in regards of academics, putting infrastructure in place. Because a lot of sets have done a lot of fantastic things over the years. I've seen that from, I think, even 2005, from the 80s all the way to like 2010. I think I've heard that they've done a lot of great things and stuff. So we want to, have that, stated here, those accomplishments, especially for both of you that are previous presidents of each set, to espouse that.
So look, let me know. Well, I came in, you asked Bola a question, but I want to speak about the 5 set and what we have done.
Okay.
I was very proud, not because effectively that I was president before, but because of what we can all achieve.
That's true. So we can encourage other sets to keep doing that.
Yes, that's more importantly.
Yeah.
But effectively, see, a lot of us, and I don't know whether you guys would agree or not, understand, is that a lot of people that don't want to recognize Command, that we went to Command, or we did actually pass through Command.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you give back? I don't know. I would say to people that, when we went to command, it was a bush.
Mm-hmm.
Today it's no longer a bush, it's a city.
Mm-hmm.
And not people will recognize it. But 85 said, let me speak about that. When we organize ourselves, and I'll give, if I can speak and call somebody's name, and a few people's name, I'll call a few people's name. Wale Oyedeji, Victor Anderson, Lakbe Rhodes, that's her maiden name. Victor Anderson, that's her Victoria Folayo, Jacob Okweri, and
Okweri.
You remember him, man?
Very well.
He punished you.
The guy tortured me. Hey! He tortured my life.
Just before he left. So anyway, effectively, and that's it's 5 steps. But they were the nucleus of what was the alumni at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Demola Mure and I can't remember his the architect he was the president of the alumni at one point in time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, effectively, what happened for 85 cents, they decided that let's take it forward and let's push. So I was the second president, Jacob Okweri was the first president, but they had an expo before, and effectively a group of them took this on. And today, the 85 cents, I would say, and I would always push it, that, doing things in the proper way, organizing and understanding what you want to do is the best way. And we are, a few of us, as a group of friends and brothers and sisters, have done a lot together. And from our different reasons where we've met different people, remain the nucleus of what we do today in the social form. And command is our form. So that's why I'm happy with what I'm doing tonight. That look, we may forget, but it's our foundation.
Yes.
And what do we do with that? And one of the things I'm trying to do with the alumni is that those that are coming behind, who are they looking forward to? It's you,
Mm-hmm.
it's us. What do they have to look at? And that's why I'm happy with this that's going on.
Well, we definitely want to evolve it with mentorship and stuff like that from different sets and having people, highlighting people who have been successful on different aspects in life. And it gives that camaraderie, which is really important. When you look at schools overseas and see how even the Harvards and stuff, the universities, how they actually mentor people. Like, for example, I have a friend over here in the U.S. who went to the U.S. Navy Academy, and I had another friend that went to West Point. And one of the things they always say is people who graduated 30 or 40 years prior, they always have them mentor people in their first or second year in the school, you understand? And that helps and builds that camaraderie in the military stuff. So I think stuff like that we can bring into command and stuff like that to help them to build their self-esteem, let them know that no matter what challenges comes in life, you can always, persevere and move forward regardless of, because you always have challenges, but having that network that you can speak to somebody and, understand that those challenges will go away. You just have to persevere is really, really important. And I know, especially in 89 sets with our own ecosystem, we're very, very supportive to each other. A lot of people are quiet. We have those who chit chat all the time, but we're always, when they reach out to people to do things, a lot of the set does. And I'm always proud being part of that set because they go back, they do this mentorship stuff within, I think, SS2 and SS3, I think, remind me, Bola, you understand? And giving out different things. So even though I'm here most of the time, but I see it. And when I'm in Nigeria, we try and, I participate in what I can during the short time I'm there, just because I believe in that school. That school is my foundation.
I'll give you an experience I had with one of your United members. I didn't even know. I got a big engagement, because in Nigeria we use the wrong terminology, contract. I will call it engagement with Lagos State government. And one of the persons that signed off on that engagement was a lady. She works in the procurement, and Bola would know. I won't call her name. He will call her name, because I'll give him that license. She works with Lagos State Procurement Agency, and I came to the command at the alumni lecture. I was walking as I was coming in. She was walking out, and I saw her, and she saw me, and I said, "What are you doing here?" She said, "What am I?" She asked me, "What am I doing here?" She now told me, "She's a command alumni." I said, "Are you serious?" She said, "I am a command alumni." She told me she was 89 set. I said, "Are you serious?" How? After we had finished, and at that point that we had finished all we were doing. Nobody ourselves. But I now realized that effectively, the fact that we were not talking to ourselves.
Exactly.
Effectively, as command alumni, and especially for the original set. And I always tell people, like, you know what, Nigeria from 1966 to, let me say 1999, we're a military government.
Yes.
And everybody you knew had a relationship with military. You were elite. You were elite. So I have friends whose fathers were governors, whose fathers were presidents, whose fathers were this and that, because they were not. And if you were in politics, you could have had fathers or grandparents who were ministers before 1999. So if you went to command in that period, you would know somebody that's, there was something that was, you are somebody, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right. I think if you attended Command, Air Force, Navy, NMS, all those schools, it was an elite schools back then.
You were elite schools, but the bottom line is that in between that time, you do not know your worth.
That's true.
That's the challenge we have.
And that's why we're trying to raise that, not just only for Ikpaja, but all the military schools, to show that.
I thank you for this platform, because we have forgotten that.
Yeah.
So the likes of our friends who went to the other schools, unity schools, this and everything, are taking advantage of whatever it is. I don't want to, I'm trying to speak that, but we ourselves have a reason. And that's why mentorship now, and the 40 years you mentioned, makes the difference.
Yes.
It makes that difference. Because those who are there now need you and ourselves to understand why they should look forward.
Yes, we definitely want. That's part of the foundation of developing this, not just to only highlight things that happen at Command Ikpaja, but other schools. I have a lot of friends who went to different commands. Even my younger brothers went to Air Force. You understand? And I have a lot of friends that went to Nigerian military schools area. So it's just showing that camaraderie between all those schools. It really matters. It's very, very, because it was regimental. We all went to school, especially back in the 80s, 70s, and 90s during the military regime. It was just different compared to how the schools are now. So we have to highlight those, the values we gained and learned during that time that has propelled us to where we are today, and pull each other by the bootstrap as we keep evolving and marching forward till we move along and stuff. So that's really, really important. From my perspective, when I was talking to Ife about this, we're setting this up and, having this as a platform as we evolve, we're getting ideas and stuff. And also want to use this opportunity also to thank someone from your set, Miss Victoria Folayon, I spoke to her and she gave me some fantastic advice. She's been watching this for a while. And also Wale Ogundeji from your set too. I've spoken to him and they really like this platform and gave me some good advice on this, on, moving forward, seeing folks who are from 85 set to give us advice on regards to evolving this. They reached out to us and stuff. So I like that. I appreciate that. So we're trying to highlight those accomplishments and be able to figure out what we can do better as we keep evolving it to the next generation. And those who are still 2 years old and will attend command in the future or Air Force or Navy, as we evolve. Yeah, I just want to kind of take it over to Bola to also speak about the accomplishments during his tenure.
Don't forget Falake.
Yeah. We'll go to Falake, the baby of the house. Yeah. Ife, you're on mute. Okay.
On mute?
No, Ife is on mute. Okay, Bola.
Okay. So with regards to that, I think earlier on I was saying that my belief is that an alumni association stands on a pyramid, and at the base of the pyramid is giving back to your alma mater. Then networking amongst yourselves, and then welfare. But my own definition of welfare is not just the handouts, but it's all the things that Mbenga was talking about. Lending each other a hand, mentoring. If Ife happens to be a member of faculty at Harvard and have a son whose dream is to go to Harvard, reach out to Ife to say, he wants to come to Harvard. Can you? So that for me is it, and that's driven a lot of the things that we've done and we're still doing in C89. So like I said, I think in 2015 or 2014, we got together and said, what can we do for the school? And I think that was the first thing that we did for the school, get them a generator for the MIR. Well, they chose to put it at the MIR when we had asked them after we'd spoken. And so we did that. And I think since then, as a group, part of what we've done is that we do something for command every year. Doesn't matter the cost of it or how big it is, but that we at least do something for command every year. So I think in that time, we've helped equip their vocational lab with sewing machines as part of, and also every year, I think that's the one that you were talking about that you said I should remind you, we organized apart from last year, which we got, we lost a bit of focus while preparing for the 30th, where typically we plan a career day. And it's mainly always focused on SS1 and SS2, simply because by the time we're doing it in April, May, the SS3 are in the thick of the exams. So we typically focus on SS1 and SS2. So typically, each student would have been in those sessions twice before they leave command, in the SS1 and in the SS2. And we bring in people, C89 members. We try and bring external people as well, where we can just to speak to them on different things, regular, well, I would say in the Nigerian sense, regular careers like being a doctor and stuff, and then creative industry. So let me put it that way. And those who want to go into the creative industry. Of course, last year was 30 years that we left command, and we thought, what can we do for command? Let's do something that touches or has the capability for touching as many students as possible. And I think the reunion committee went to the school, did a bit of scouting around, speaking to the students, and we finally decided that we would renovate the chemistry lab. So we did that renovation and also equipped the place with new lab equipments, pipettes, stuff like that. Incidentally, I must mention that it has nothing per se to do with C89, but coincidentally at the same time that we were doing it, there was a group of ex-commandos who had worked for GTB, to be precise, who at some point in time, they were all not working at GTB at that time, but they had all worked for GTB at a particular point in time who also decided that they wanted to do something for command. So coincidentally, while we were doing that, they had also decided to do the physics and the biology lab.
Okay.
So we just basically got together while we were, from a financial perspective, totally responsible for ours, and they were also totally responsible for theirs. But we did collaborate in terms of using the same
contractor.
Yes, the same vendors, so that the work across all three labs could be uniform in terms of the materials, color, quality, and all that. And it was a very successful.
So when was the physics and chemistry, physics and biological lab opened? Was it after we did ours?
No, it was also ready on that day that we were commissioning ours. It was ready as well, but since it wasn't us that did it, we didn't.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
It was also ready. It was also ready at that on that day. It was also ready. So it was the same. They used the same vendor that we used, and so everything, the design of the new shelves and all that's the same. The tiling, everything. I mean, if you look at it, you think it was the same person, but when you go there, there are actually plaques at the door of each lab talking about this one C89, this one a group of commandos that work for a tier 1 bank in Nigeria. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So that's the way they put it. They put it as a tier 1 bank, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't want it known that it was GT or not. But that was the connection for all of them. They had all
of them
GT at some point in time. Yeah. So I mean, and then every year we also participate in the prize giving day. This one, because I know that there's the global pool of alumni, whether Command, Lagos, Ibadan, NMS are all listening to this. So this one, when we do it every year, it's the prize giving day. We give a prize to the best students in each year. The reason why we do that, to be honest with you, as C89, is mainly to send a message to the students who are in school that they understand that when they pass out of the school, they should look back.
To pay forward.
Yeah,
to pay forward.
Exactly. To be honest with you, that's the reason why we do that one as a group. It's just tell them that, you know what, don't leave and never look back. You need to leave and come back to give to this school that has given so much to you. And I perfectly agree with everything that Nigga said in terms of, and I think you've probably seen me say it on the group forum at times that we're talking. I'm like, look, guys, if anybody's on this forum, you are part of the elite of Nigeria. That's the truth. You might not think so. You might not be the richest person because, again, I don't define elite as money per se. Exactly. But influence, education, and a whole lot of stuff. And I think if you are an alumnus of Command or any of the military schools, especially in the time that the period that Benga referred to, you are actually part of the elite of the country.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And it's, being in command, that foundation is solid. And it's also a honor being part of it. Nice. I might not be as active on their chat, but, I appreciate what they do, and I'm always willing to assist where I can. I just remembered, C85 also gave an ambulance to the school. What other things did you guys give to the school apart from an ambulance? I know that there was one time you guys gave an ambulance.
I can say so many things we've done.
Okay.
We had over 30 years. It's all, well, for me, it all started with our 30 years anniversary.
In 2015.
Yes, where we did the renovation of all the academic facilities, sanitary units. So we changed all of that. But prior to that, there's been the MRI intervention as well. But effectively, as a set, we did the entire school, well, not the hostel units, but the academic units where all the science units, the toilets and everything, in the schools, and I think not the administration units, but all we changed all of that.
Okay.
That's where everything started from. And then we now looked at it that, look, beyond this, what do we do? And that effectively, we spent about just at that time, 2015, about 3 million or thereabouts. And then we decided to start a fund, which took us, and this is for me, where every set needs to understand the power of what they could have. I don't know I'm not sure how many sets we have now, but after that event, we decided that, look, let's start a fundraiser internally. And in 3 years after that, up until 2018 and effectively 2019, we raised about 30 million naira, which currently we have as a fund. Now, which is separate from what we did with the ambulance. And that ambulance is when we had that was the Fugan alumni thing. Well, you see, for me, it's more like if each set can do internally up to that. So for us, if each set can do that, then there's more we can give back. At least I know we have about 20 sets as a minimum. And what we're trying to do now, because we had I've had this conversation with the alumni, is that to now start having a mentorship on a scholarship basis from SS1. So JSS 3 to SS1, going upwards to SS 3. For those who are performing at the highest level, based on the issues that we have in the economy, and then sponsor the best students.
Okay.
Up onto the WAEC, the SS3. But beyond that, also to start exposing these students. Because we're all exposed. Let's not think we're not exposed. We have people who are ready to give scholarships internationally and locally to best performing students. I want to see command students going to the best university, and I see everything, and I say, you know what? That's where we should go to, because made sense then. It made sense then, but now we have nothing to call upon. Even KC doesn't have anything to call upon. So for university, when your command group graduates, where are they going to?
Yeah.
But effectively, we can call upon people. I have the. So why do I keep calling for Latin apps? For me, you are calling me grandpa and everything, but I don't think I'm grandpa. I'm a young guy. I'm a young guy. But for me, if I can connect to Folake, I renewed myself.
Mm-hmm.
And if she cannot relate to us now, then we have lost our connectivity.
We've lost touch, I agree.
Yes. And we don't have anything to give back to anybody. And that's why I keep saying that if we don't reinvent the situation and give the opportunity and let people who are going through that system have a story to tell and connect to people like us, then they have nothing. It will die.
That's true, yeah.
And that's why Bola can tell the story of Bola. We have a familiar story. But we did not know ourselves for familiar story. He will tell that story. But today I connect to him very well, in spite of the different reasons that we have skeletal issues. And I never knew he went to command. I never knew he went to command. But he still remains somebody I will relate to in that way. And that's the strength of what we have. So from 75%, what we're trying to do is strengthen our people, strengthen our the connectivity that comes from which is our own children, if we call it that sort of way. But in fact, we must make sure that we are okay. But then we are trying to build the alumni. I hope we're trying to build the alumni.
I think where we are, I think the current president, Taiwo Jeffersoni, has done a very good job in bringing everybody together. I met her when she was running for the office, and we've been very good friends. We talk quite often and stuff, and we met a few times. So I always tell her when we talk about, making sure that foundation is solid, and she has appreciated this platform we've done. And, I think there's a lot more to do, looking at benchmarks of other schools that have done much better and see how we can look for a specific benchmark is what I tell her, and kind of get there so that people aspire to want to go to command for future generations and stuff. And it's a place we want to send our kids to, because I think the foundation we had back then is what has brought us the success we have today, and to aspire in the midst of whatever challenges we've had over the years since we finished from high school, to be our own breadwinner, as well as inspire future generations and our kids by our actions, not by what we say, mostly by our actions. And knowing what C85 has done and C89, other sets always look up to those two sets to want to be able to be a team as one unit, as well as evolve, to be able to do more for the school and also connect with each other, in regards to successes and stuff. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So I think
hold up, guys, hold up. Why don't I talk about just two sets? Come on,
okay, 99 sets. 99 sets. What accomplishments have you people done?
No. If what I say is that, let me tell you the truth is that, not saying anything about it's nice set, because see, I have to be proud of it's nice set, and which means that you need to be courageous enough to take your challenge. That's I was being broken now. It's not fed up. You need 88 sets are doing their own bit too, but you see, even 84 sets. Let me not lie, because I revert my brother. He took it for a long time, drove it for a long time, held it for a long time before nothing happened. But I'm happy that you have tomorrow. Tomorrow is the best thing. That's forgive me if I keep calling for that kind of set. But that's tomorrow. We already know today. We know the likes of Bola, and even 88 sets, with challenges that we have in the different things that we've done, and all of that. But today, I'm happy, very happy, that we can call command, we can call Ipaja, we can call Ibadan. To be honest, we can go, is it Jos? We're all at the same time, 77.
Yeah, 77, yeah.
But Ipaja is pulling different weights collectively, because there are individuals that have already performed in these different schools. But let me give I'll tell you, I don't know if Ali Baba was in Ipaja, very briefly.
Okay.
He was in 85%. It took a long time to identify with command. It took a long time. But today, He identifies so much, and to the point whereby even those he have made known that he was in command address the fact that command exists.
Yeah, I've seen on TV talking about him that he was a commando. So yeah, we'd like to bring him.
Yeah.
We'd like to bring him on here to.
Yeah, we should be bringing him sometime in December.
Yeah. So effectively, for us, it's one of those things that that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The fact that we have to look at the positives, and one of the major things that academics is great. We have sports, we have military, we have those effectively who have done so many things, who have gone through that you got, it was a bush. It started for VI. A lot of us want to identify the fact that it was VIO.
In Bonnie Camp now, yeah.
Bonnie Camp with cabin and piano playing and everything. Have you guys gone to 89 sets? Italia told me and they said that you guys should go and do your meetings for the camp.
You know what we're gonna do, right, Mr. Ishmael?
Bola, is that correct?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Was it correct that you guys should go and do your meeting in Bonnie Camp?
Was I what?
In Bonnie Camp.
We can't hear you.
No, we didn't. We didn't, except maybe the national bodies meetings there, but we never held our own meeting at Bonnie Camp.
Okay, somebody told me that it's nice that I remember collectively that at that point when we did at the base at the mess, which was by the yacht club, it's nice that decided that they were going to go and do. They used to go and do the Bonnie Camp. Bonnie Camp is different from mess.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was on the day of the election. We just went to have fun there. So on the day of that was 2 years ago, Taiwo's first election. After the elections, yes, we went to Bonnie Camp
yes.
to entertain ourselves.
That's the history of Ibadan. And I always wanted us to relocate to Bonnie Camp and have that place as a base, whereby it would be the genesis would be the place. That was where
and Nigerian Army has to agree to that for us to do it there.
So
okay.
So agreeing, you guys know why we ended up doing all the meetings at the mess. You know that?
No.
The reason was why I said that if we're going to have meetings as an alumni, we need to go to a military base. That's why we went to that place.
Okay.
Mess. So effectively, it should be at Bonnie Camp, which is the genesis of Command Ipaja. It should be.
Yeah, from 19 to 97.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to be bringing you back. I know we've been on the.
I'll put it this way: this will be a part 1 and 2 session. We've never done 2 hours, so we'll definitely do. I'm going to break it up into part 2. Things I'm going to actually also do is to get pictures from the accomplishments from the opening the chemistry lab and add it onto here at the end of it, and also add the ambulance or get pictures from that just to show what the sets have done. I'll also make sure I have this as a giving back. I'll put it as giving back.
I'm not genuine. Bring the certified genuine people. Victoria.
She said she doesn't want to. She said she doesn't want to be on camera. I invited her.
I would.
She said. She said. You know what she told me? She said you can call me anytime. I'll be your advisor. So I have a lot of for Suleiman Momo is my technical advisor on things behind the scenes. So she will be my advisor in regards to content. So she said, call me anytime for advising. So I said, fine. I'll always call her. Yeah.
Good. Can I ask Folake a question?
Yes.
Folake, I'm just wondering, please do permit me. Is it that your sets, you guys haven't been getting together as a group, formally, informally, have something going, or you just sort of deferred to this so-called egbons? The reason why I'm asking is that if it's the fact that you, not even, so the reason why I'm asking is that if it's the fact that you guys have not been getting together, how do you think you could help
honest,
your folks get energized together as a group?
to be honest, I'm gonna be fair on my sets. I'm the one that it's like laid back. I've never attended any meeting.
Oh,
Never,
okay.
never. So since you men have been talking, it's been like you guys are throwing like stone at me. Like I've been feeling like really, really guilty.
So what are you going to do about it? What initiative are you going to do to push?
I'm now. I'm going to be more involved.
Yeah.
Like finally, right?
Involve us,
It's not
but
like
what?
it's a choice.
You know, are you going to be give ideas, financial? What exactly?
Yeah, and any way I can help, like any way I can be really involved financially, advice. I'm really good. I know the president. She was my friend in command.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reach out to her and be more involved, like really know what's going on, what they've been doing.
Okay.
Which president is your friend?
That has to do with group because I always say group thing as dramatic. Like there's always a lot of dramas and I hate dramas. So like when Grandpa Dapo invited me to No, you had great grandpa Benga. He has invited me before, and I'm like, no, please, I don't do group thing. As in, like, I don't like drama. It's always, you know, there are a lot of people that are always very dramatic. But now, that's why he said, oh, finally. So I'm gonna be more involved.
So have you learned anything from learning from those who were in the 80s set and regards to the accomplishments?
Like since you've been talking?
Yeah, since we've been talking.
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay. So what will you do when you get this video? Will you share it with your set so that you guys have that conversation on what you guys want to do?
Of course I am.
Okay.
Of course I am. But I want to believe they've done something. That's why I said to be fair on them.
Okay.
I'm the one that is guilty. Like I've never been involved in.
So one of the assignments we'll give you is bring your set exos to come and join us in the future to let us know what 99 set is doing. You know, you guys are 10 years behind us. You know, you are in diapers and we're in school. So we want to know what you guys are doing.
That's why I've been saying grandpa and grandpa. Trust me.
Let me
No. You say uncle. Which one is grandpa?
Because Falaka is saying something here, and I don't want us to go and shoot ourselves.
Okay.
If Falaka has not been involved with her set effectively, we need to find out first what 99 sets have been doing. And I have to very
he's giving me that assignment to do that.
Because we don't want to go and make a statement that Falaka will now say, oh, she will go and 99 sets have been very involved.
No, that's why I said she should bring the exos from her set. So when we put this video together, you know, I'll call it the Giving Back edition for them to come and talk about it.
Don't go and make this video public before you know that they've been doing everything. And Falaka, have you paid your dues?
I've already said I'm guilty as charged. As in, I really
so you know you owe national dues. You owe you know your set dues and North American dues and North American 3 dues.
Really? Oh.
Yes. You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming on.
Ola, thank you for doing what you did.
Malga, I'm always available, as you know, and I'm taking you up on that invite.
Which one is that?
That should come and eat the fine.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And when I come to Lagos, I'm coming to get mine.
Oh, of course, you're busy.
Me too.
In closing, the
granddaughter, the great granddaughter.
I know you.
Granddaughter and the great granddaughter.
Yeah.
I know you all have a lot going on. It's a Sunday evening. Thank you. I'm sure the guys in Lagos. I know it's night over there. Thank you. Falaka is actually 2 hours behind me here, so I know she's tired. Thank you, Falaka. Mr. Ishmael, you do well though. Bola.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Let me just say, so thank you very much for joining us. We had a very huge, diverse guest today, and we just want you to, once we release this in a 2-part session, you send it to your groups to subscribe, share, and and spread the word to everybody. We definitely want to do a lot for Command as we keep evolving. We're very grateful for your work you've done, and also for the two ex-presidents for serving on both their class sets and the excellent work you've done to evolve the school. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.